Okay, so this guy right here is the washed up king. He used to be a good player, one of the best. But now he's old and crampy and is out there on the court just to embarrass himself. He used to put up incredible numbers, he used to posterize people, but now he can't do this anymore. Now he... Oh, wait. Okay, I was kidding. Yep, never mind. In this episode of what NBA stars look like once they get old, yeah, maybe I need to find a shorter name, we look at the career of Lebron James. Granted, LBJ is a bit of an anomaly. He is 35, and as we said in the introduction video, by the way, go check it out if you didn't watch it, a player's prime should be ended at around 32 years old. In addition to that, LeBron has played 17 seasons, and half of the players on the list that we analyzed in the last video were already retired at that point. Nonetheless, LeBron clearly isn't out of his prime yet. He had his only bad season last year when he was injured, and he still put up 27, 8 and 8. Given that, we can try to speculate what will be his future when inevitably Father Time will be knocking at his door. Let's dive into it. How many seasons can we expect LeBron to play? Well, NBA stars are retired for two reasons: will and body. Michael Jordan retired for the second time after 1998, but he was still the best player in the world. On the other side, Kobe clearly wanted to play all the seasons he could, but his body failed him and he was forced to retire. In the vast majority of the cases, however, it's a combination of the two. For example, Wade retired when he felt that it was his moment, even if he was still able to play, but not at the same level as before. Nowitzki did the opposite. He was still enjoying his playing time, even if he was barely able to run. So, he played till he was 40. So, what can we expect from LeBron? The will part is probably safe. He himself said that he hopes to play with his son, who will be eligible for draft in 2023. And LeBron also expressed different times how he's still enjoying playing basketball. Not winning, playing. So, to me it's safe to say that we still have at least 3 or 4 years of LBJ. Then again, the body part is quite different. LeBron has suffered the only meaningful injury in his career last year, during the 2019 season. But this season, he's back again on track. He played the majority of the games, including back-to-backs. It's pretty clear that his body is still a machine. I mean, look at him. On the other hand, LeBron has a ton of miles in his legs, so it's really impossible to know how much are they gonna support him. Still, I think that LeBron will be able to maintain this level of playing for at least 2 or 3 more years. Then, it's gonna be his choice. Retire while still in the peak of his game, or gradually slow down and accept a lesser role. Tied with this argument is the next point. In which team will LeBron play? Right now, he has a contract with the Los Angeles Lakers that will expire in 2022, but he has expressed his desire to retire as a Laker. Yes, we know that a lot of stars do that, and then leave or they get traded, but come on, LeBron is LeBron, and I think it's impossible he will ever be traded. And he is obviously building his life after basketball right now, and he's doing that in LA. So there's a chance that he will sign another deal with the Purple Gold franchise when he's 37 years old. And that will probably be his last contract. So what does it mean if he plays for LA for the remaining of his career? Actually, it is probably one of the best situations possible for him. Think about it. The Lakers are, per se, a team that players are usually really happy to join. The city, the history, the legends in LA are so much attractive. And the friendly environment that was built this year, with the comeback of new style Dwight Howards, the GOAT, Caruso, the relationship between LeBron and AD, the Lakers squad will be appealing for everyone, from role players to superstars. And speaking of superstars, a lot of LeBron's future will be decided this summer. Will Anthony Davis sign a contract with the Lakers? To be honest, I don't think there is someone doubting that. But AD staying a Laker is crucial to LeBron last years. With Davis on the team, LBJ can play less minutes and have less responsibility on the offensive and defensive end. He can save minutes during the regular season to be always ready for the playoffs. He can turn the engine on only when it's needed to, and work as a distributor when AD is on fire. I mean, look at them. They work perfectly together. It's like they've been on the same team for decades. And AD matches all the criteria to be the perfect teammates for LeBron. He can be used as a target for lob passes, which LeBron loves, and is also a threat outside the 3-point line. Anyway, it's not only AD. Even if the Lakers have a lot of 1 or 2 year contracts, right now they have a really balanced core. They have veterans like Rondo and Howard, but also young guys who can develop into really great players like Kuzma. AD himself is still young and will probably hit his prime right when LeBron is slowing down. So, to sum it up, team-wise, LeBron is probably in the perfect position right now. He is in a smart and desirable organization. He has a young star who can lift some pressure off him, a young core who can develop really well, and some veterans who are happy to help and don't exceed in what they're doing. This positive situation is going to affect his play style, and as a matter of fact, it already did. It might have occurred to you that LeBron is leading with a good margin the assist category this year, with well over 10 a night. This is in itself quite an impressive feature, and it's even more impressive when you look at the list of players who are 6'6" or more and were able to average 10 assists a game for the season. Magic Johnson, Lebron James, and that's it. Oh yeah, guys at his size aren't usually able to pass the rock in that way, but LBJ this year had 3 secret weapons. The first is his natural skill. LeBron have always been a good to great passer, even before joining the NBA. And in fact, he has had a season where he averaged 9.1 assists per game. The second weapon is the perfect co-star. As we said before, AD can lift some pressure off LeBron attacking one-on-one, and he can save a lot of energy in this way. The third is the teammates and the playstyle of the Lakers. With a combination of good 3-point shooters like Green and Dudley, impressive length and agility under the rim thanks to Howard, McGee and AD, and fast transitions guy like Caruso and Bradley, LeBron can display all his versatility in the passing department. Penetrations and kick out, lob from all over the court, and 80-footers projectiles from his rim to the other. This year, LeBron has effectively played as a combo point guard, who can either threaten the score or free an open teammate. This is an important change in his playstyle, but it's not the first time that he does something like that. LeBron came into the league as an athletic slasher with a gift for passing. After their horrific loss in 2011, he improved significantly his post-game, giving him more option in a steady offense like Miami's one. He also put up a more consistent shot in the mid-range and an impressive fadeaway. But besides that, there is another area of his game which can be crucial for his future: the three-pointer. LeBron has always been an average three-point shooter, with a decent but not great 34% in this category. But in the last few years, he has started taking a lot more threes, sinking them at the same percentage as before. So, when the aging process begins to kick in, LeBron will maybe have options. Without his leaping ability, he could either become a pure point guard that continues to average his fair share of points, but that doesn't drive to the rim anymore, or a guy who can sometimes stand in the corner to get an open three-point shot. Honestly, this second option is a bit unrealistic. LeBron loves to play with the ball in his hands, and being a very good three-point shooter often requires a lot of movement of the ball that an old LeBron won't be willing to do. Besides that, we also don't know how much can he really improve in the three-point department. To be useful for the team, you will need to get at least to 40%, and this has only happened once in his career. So, to sum it up, it's probable that LeBron will continue to play as a combo guard for some years, and then, when his legs betray him, he will translate to a more classic point guard type, relying more on teammates to score. The last point in our video is the measure stats department. Of course, stats are linked to his playstyle and to the years remaining in LeBron's career. However, based on what we have said so far, I try to make some fair assumptions about what LeBron's measure stats look like once he's retired. In this calculation, I assume that LeBron is going to play 5 more seasons, declining every year. I used the model studied in the introduction video, which shows a total drop of 23% in the production of an aging player. So, we are going to diminish the production of LeBron by 5% every year. We also need to subtract another 3% because he will spend less time on the court. I use this year averages as my base numbers for this count, because I believe they reflect the type of player that LeBron is gonna be. Slightly less points, a bit more assists. Let's start with the averages. Based on my calculation, LeBron will end up averaging 25.5 points, 7 rebounds and nearly 8 assists. I think this pictures well LeBron's all-aroundness, high with his scoring, which is high, but it's never that high. And I was a bit surprised to see that his numbers are not actually unique. In fact, the career averages of Oscar Robertson are, simply put, better. Of course, that is not to say that Oscar Robertson is better than LeBron James, and I think no one believes that. But sometimes I feel like pre-Michael Jordan stars are a bit underestimated, maybe because the NBA wasn't so popular back in those days. Anyway, we all know that stats don't tell the whole story, and these are just measure stats and not even advanced. But I thought it was an interesting fact to point to you. Done with the averages, it's time to go with the real big thing. You see, LeBron James is mostly famous because he had maintained his high level of play for an unmatched number of years. If you go through his career, you won't be able to tell which year is which, unless you're really good at this. For example, look at these stats. From which season do they come from? Well, here's your answer. Season 2 with Cleveland, Season 9 with Miami, and Season 13 with the Cavs again. This means that from his second year in the league until now, LeBron has put up those averages every single year. Let me repeat that. LeBron has put those numbers for 16 straight years. In this immense number of games, he had climbed up quite a lot in the rankings. To calculate his totals, I use the averages that we have seen in the previous section, adjusting them considering the fact that LeBron will obviously play less games per season. So, do you want to see those numbers? Are you sure? Well, here they are. Yeah, I know. There's a lot to process. But these numbers are so big that they are hard to grasp. So let's put a little context in here. The easiest one is the total number of points. We know that LeBron is currently third in this category, and Kareem is far ahead of him with 38k. But if LeBron continues to play at this level, it won't just surpass him. It will erase him and probably set a record that no one will ever be able to even approach. Next is rebounds. This number will put LeBron in the 26th position all time. This might seem not all that much, but then you start to realize that LeBron is the only non-center or power forward in this list, and that he will be ahead of guys like David Robinson and Ben Wallace. And finally, the assist category. At this rate, LeBron will finish second all time in assists. Behind the untouchable record by John Stockton, we might see this 6'8" guy. And even if LeBron can't reach Jason Kidd, it will still be third. Yeah, the same guy who will maybe be first in total points ever is going to be also the guy who's second or third all time in assists. It's useless to say that nobody is not even close to this. Let's just say that you find someone who is in the top 31 in both points and assists. We have to go all the way down to Kobe Bryant, who is 4th in points and 31 in assists. Yeah, that's right. Let that sink in. My intention was to look also at the playoff stats, but then I realized that there are too much variables in that case. We don't know if LeBron is going to reach the playoff every single year. We don't know if he can maintain his averages. And, worst of all, we cannot predict in any way how many games will he be playing. He could get out in the first round every year, but he could also reach the finals every year. So I decided to leave the playoff out of this video. But if you think, like me, that this could be an interesting topic for a dedicated video, just comment down below. I could do a video in which we depict different scenarios of LeBron in the playoff and try to predict how his career is going to end in that department. Let me know if you're interested. And we are now at the conclusions. Let's quickly sum up everything we have said. LeBron is probably going to play 3 to 5 more seasons. Based on his history, it's unlikely that he will suffer some major injury, especially if he starts to play less minutes and less games. Team-wise, his situation is nearly perfect. He is in a great franchise with experienced teammates and some youngster with good value, and he has a co-star that's suitable for this game. Its playstyle will probably turn to a more point guard oriented, but it's fair to assume that he will always have its fair share of points. Based on all that, his stats will look tremendous when he retires. His averages will be similar to now, but in the all-time category, it will be at the top of the list in all the measured departments. Well, time to wrap up this video. Feel free to leave a comment and tell me what you think about it, and what player shall I do next in this series. This video took a lot of research and calculating, so if you liked it, please support the channel with a like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more awesome NBA analyzing videos.